Barry MacDonald loves his daily jog along the Irish coast near the village of Ballycotton. But on February 16th, 2020, something strange happens. The day before, Barry skips his run because of the crazy winds and rain from Storm Dennis. But now, as he returns to jog, he sees something huge, like it's really huge. It's a 250-foot cargo ship just sitting there, washed ashore, and it looks like it's straight out of something weird. Now, this isn't just any boat. It is the MV Alta that was last spotted 2 years ago near Bermuda, where it headed from Greece to Haiti. The shocking part about all of this is there is no crew on board, not a single person. How in the world does a ship travel all the way across the Atlantic and crash in Ireland on its own? Is it pirates? Spies?
Cut me short. I'm the captain now.
Well, in today's video, we will be diving into the mystery of the MV Alta. The MV Alta is what we call a ghost ship because it's a ship that's completely abandoned, like the famous Mary Celeste. It's December 1874, and the crew of the British ship Dei Gratia spots something strange. They are off the coast of the Azores when they see a ship just drifting along with no signs of life on board. Turns out the ship is the Mary Celeste, another brigantine that has set sail from New York City and is bound for Genoa, Italy. But when the crew of the Dei Gratia hops aboard, they see something strange. They find out Mary Celeste is completely abandoned. There's not a single soul in sight. And one of the ship's pumps, which helps remove water, is taken apart, with its lifeboat gone. But here's the strangest part. There's still plenty of food and water enough to last 6 months. So, the question is, where is everybody? Naturally, the Dei Gratia crew becomes suspects. I mean, how could they just find a ship like that and there's suddenly no one on board? It has never happened before, so they must know something about it. But after an investigation, no foul play was discovered, and the mystery of Mary Celeste remains. However, there are several theories about what might have happened. One idea, based on experiments by Dr. Andreas Alla, a chemistry professor at University College London, suggests there might have been an explosion. He recreates the ship's hold, where alcohol is stored, and simulates a leak. Then he lights it on fire, creating a big ball of flame, and he concludes that the explosion must have been scary enough to make the crew think they're in danger, so they probably jump ship. But then, there is a flaw, because nothing catches fire in his experiment, which fits with the fact that the Mary Celeste is found in good condition. Even when the crew of the Dei Gratia boards it, they don't smell any fumes, and the main hatch is still closed. So, another theory is put forward by a documentarian named Anne McGregor. She believes the Mary Celeste's chronometer, a tool sailors use to figure out where they are, is broken. So, that throws off the ship's timeline. To make things worse, the weather has been rough, and the ship has recently been repaired after carrying coal, which leaves dust clogging everything. One of the pumps is also found disassembled, so the captain may not be able to tell how much water is in the ship. Maybe because he's faced with a storm and not knowing if the ship is sinking, the captain orders the crew to abandon ship and try their luck at landing on the Azores, and so the crew is never seen again. Ghost ships are rare. You've probably heard of some famous ones like the Mary Celeste, but there are not many ships that have drifted across the seas with no one on board, except for the lesser-known ones. One example is the Seabird. It's said that it somehow beached itself on the coast of Rhode Island, with no crew in sight. After its cargo was unloaded, it apparently vanished. Or maybe, just maybe, it was sold to some local merchant who gave it a new name. Today, things are a bit different. We now have GPS, steel-hulled boats, and all sorts of technology to stop ships from disappearing mysteriously. So, ghost ships must technically be a thing of the past, right? Sadly, these strange ships are still around. And although there isn't as much mystery behind them, It's still weird when you hear about one. Take the case of Korean ghost ships. In recent years, dozens of boats with Korean writing on them have been drifting onto Japan's shores, empty or with only skeletal remains of their crew. Between 2011 and 2019, these boats kept washing up, with numbers growing each year. In 2019 alone, over 150 ghost ships were found. So, what's going on here? Some people think spies or defectors from North Korea are behind it. One theory even suggests these ghost ships might be part of a secret operation, where North Korea tries to abduct Japanese citizens for skilled labor. Kazuhiro Iraki, CEO of the Abduction Research Organization, shared that North Korea once ran a program to kidnap Japanese people, and this peaked in the 1970s. The fear is that these ships might be part of some new plan, with spies sneaking into Japan. This isn't a guess, because truly, some ships have even been found with military uniforms on board. But before we jump to conclusions, we can say the small, poorly maintained boats and their crew's conditions point to something else. Could it be that these ghost ships are simply the result of people struggling to survive rough seas in underprepared vessels? Maybe it's not all about spies and kidnappings. Or maybe it is. Who knows? Whatever the truth is, ghost ships remain one of the strangest and spookiest mysteries of the sea. So, if you're ever near the coast and see an empty boat, just remember, sometimes it's better not to know where it came from or who was once on it. Back to the MV Alta story, it was built in 1976, so yeah, it's an old ship. In September 2018, it was on its way from Greece to Haiti when something went terribly wrong. The ship broke down about 1,380 miles southeast of Bermuda, leaving the 10 crew members stranded in the middle of the ocean for 3 weeks. They were literally just drifting around with no way to fix the ship. After the crew got rescued, the Alta was supposed to be towed to Guyana, but somewhere along the way the ship got hijacked again, and at this point it was like the Alta was determined to have its own adventure. Fast forward to 2020, the British Royal Navy's ice patrol ship, the HMS Protector, spotted the Alta drifting around in the mid-Atlantic. And when they tried to contact it, no response. It was giving a total ghost ship vibe. It somehow managed to float all the way from Africa's coast, past Spain, England, and right up to Ireland's shores, which is almost 5,000 kilometers. Nobody saw it coming before that time. And when it finally hit land, a storm called Dennis had thrown it onto the Irish coast. That's where Barry saw it.